it's Catherine from Jane Catherine on Books, and it's part one of my February book haul. So because as you will have seen from my post yesterday, if you've not seen it, it's linked up at the top, and it's March Mystery Madness coming soon. So what I thought for my book haul is get some, what shall we say, a nice selection together which will give you some ideas of what you might like to have a look at, ready for March Mystery Madness challenges, but also the books that there's one or two that I've been looking for a while now, and found one or two sets from the Book People. I'm not sponsored by the Book People in any way, but they do some good deals if you're looking for particular sets of books. So without further ado, I'm going to split it into types. So for this first haul, I'm going to cover a series which I think is a bit dark and gritty and more of a hard-boiled mystery, as some people call them. I'm sure I've not hauled these before. But I may well have just discussed the one book I've read. So it's M.R.C. Kasasian, and this is the Gower Street Mysteries, and we have two main detectives in this series. We've got Sidney Grice, who's not a very likeable character really, and we've got March Middleton. And the only one I've read is this first one, which is book one, is the Mangle Street Murders. A really good gritty crime, gritty mystery that's set in historical times. So there, that would cover your historical challenge if you wanted it to. Very explicit in some of the gore, shall we say. So that, be warned if it's not your sort of thing, that that you really don't like really deep, say psychological of the mind type work, or really graphic, gruesome details. This is not for you. So book two, Curse of the House of Foskett. Foskett even. I need a new set of teeth, I don't know. The Curse of the House of Foskett. Lovely covers. Book three, Death Descends on Saturn Villa. And book four, The Secret of Gaslight Lane. And the wonderful covers, and what I do like about them is that they have got, it's a bit difficult to get them in order, but they've got the numbered in read order, and I really like that, because there's nothing worse. I seem to spend hours going through Goodreads or whatever trying to find out what order certain series go in, so that, you know, I do like to try and read chronologically if possible. So have a look at that. It's the Gower Street Mysteries, and this is my selection of not historical at all, romance mysteries that that I'm going to feature in case you'd like to have a look at these, ready for your March Mystery Madness challenge selection. I've got three books here that are featuring the author Jayne Green, and if you remember, not that many weeks ago, when I was going through my shelves and was coming across what I'd got in there and I'd forgotten about, I came across this one, which is Saving Grace, and it's by Jayne Green. And for those of you that saw that, it was really, we had a bit of a laugh really, because I'm saying, oh goodness me, look at this. Her name, the author's name's massive, and I could hardly find the title underneath, and I thought to myself, oh, this is going to be rubbish. And I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a really good book. Got some important issues in there, very well written. I loved it. So I've forgiven her for putting her name so big on the front. So that's Saving Grace. The next one of hers, and again, here we go, Jayne Green in Flashing Lights. I'll have to write a book. Mine wouldn't fit on there, would it? Catherine Pinkett. They'd have to split all mine up into little bits. You definitely wouldn't be able to find the title then, would you? Anyway, so this is Falling, a love story, and the blurb on the back, it said, 8 years ago, Emma Montague left behind the strict confines of her upper crust English life and moved to New York City, where she immediately found success in the world of finance. But her soulless, all-consuming job has only led to another life she didn't want. Answering an ad online, Emma finds a tiny ramshackle beach cottage to rent in a small town of Westport, Connecticut. It's the perfect project to satisfy Emma's passion for interior design if her new landlord Dominic is agreeable. What's the betting this Dominic's tall, dark and handsome, and they don't get on to start with and then they fall in love? Yeah, we'll see. And then the last one I want to show you in my haul is Summer Secrets, again by Jayne Green, and this is based in 1998. And we've got somebody called Kat Coombs, and it says she lives in London, works as a journalist and parties hard. When she discovers the father she never knew she had, it sends her into a spiral. She makes mistakes that cost her the budding friendship to the only woman who has ever welcomed her. Nothing is ever the same after that. Emotionally intense and psychologically fascinating. It says, clear your schedule before you start, an irresistible tale. And actually I found that with Saving Grace. You know, once you got into the story, you couldn't put it down. So that's 3 by the author Jayne Green. That's Summer Secrets, Falling, and then Saving Grace herself. Okay, so have a look at those. That's all for now in my romance category haul. See you again next time.